There is a particular kind of journalism that mistakes proximity for understanding. Much of what the Indian press has published about Nepal in recent decades falls precisely into that category. Geopolitically close, historically intertwined, and yet fundamentally misread. The coverage has oscillated between two lazy poles: Nepal as India's compliant buffer state, or Nepal as a China-tilting liability. Both framings are wrong, both are insulting, and both reveal far more about anxieties of the observer than the reality of the observed. The Indian establishment has well-worn playbook for Nepali leaders. Those who lean towards New Delhi are called pragmatists. Those who assert independence are called China sympathizers. Those who pursue genuine non-alignment are called naive or unstable. Balan Shah does not fit any of these categories, and that is precisely what makes the current Indian press coverage so visibly uncomfortable. The Indian media does not know where to place him, and so it defaults to framing his neutrality as a test of his leadership. His domestic reforms as signals for India to decode, and his foreign policy as a balancing act to be watched. The press piece in question and the broader Indian press commentary treats Nepal's non-aligned posture as a kind of diplomatic tightrope, precarious, unstable, and ultimately unsustainable. This framing must be challenged head-on. Nepal is not a client state. Nepal is not a corridor. Nepal is not a buffer zone. Nepal is a sovereign nation with a UN seat, a constitutional democracy, a non-aligned foreign policy tradition, a cultural heritage that predates most of the modern states in its neighborhood, and a geographic position that gives it structural relevance no amount of economic pressure can permanently extinguish. You have spent decades covering Nepal through the lens of Indian strategic interest. You have described our political transitions as instability, our independence as ingratitude, our non-alignment as naivety, and our democratic evolution as a management problem for New Delhi. Consider for a moment how that coverage reads in Kathmandu. Consider how it reads to a Nepali graduate who watched their country blockaded after an earthquake. A direct message to the Indian and the regional press. To a Nepali worker who crossed the border not by choice, but because the structural dependency your country helped architect left them no alternative at home. To a Nepali voter who for the first time in a generation cast a ballot for someone who did not owe their political existence to a party backed by foreign endorsement. Nepal does not need any approval to define its foreign policy. It does not need your editorial boards to validate its democratic choices. It does not need your think tanks to explain to it what non-alignment means. What Nepal asks of the Indian press is something far simpler: accuracy, proportion, the basic journalistic discipline of covering a sovereign nation as a sovereign nation, not as a geopolitical object in a story whose protagonist is always New Delhi. Nepal is not a small country with a big problem. Nepal is a sovereign nation with an enormous opportunity. And it will determine by itself and for itself exactly what to do with it.